So 255 litres per minute, litres per hour, whatever. It's a 255. You guys know what I'm talking about. What's going on, guys? Well, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the E46 Better Than an M3 build. Now, today we're doing a pretty simple one, which everyone can do. Everyone will probably want to do when they are upgrading everything on their car for more power, and it is the fuel pump. Now, I've kind of half started. See the seats up back there, and you can see down, that's the fuel pump there. Now, on the other side, there's like a sender unit, I found out. So apparently the tank's in like two sections. So when this side of the tank empties, the little pump there that pumps it across, I've heard that when people use like the E46s for track use, that can kind of suck. So they have to upgrade that one. But I've also heard that for street use, it's all good. Because I mean, like you can understand why the whole slosh thing and blah, blah, blah. So all I'm gonna be doing today is upgrading the main fuel pump. And what I'm going to be doing is upgrading to a Raceworks 340 litre an hour pump. So in the Supra, we've got a 250 Walbro 255, and we've got a 340 in here. So I'm assuming we're actually going to have to run some more durable wiring to it. But when the engine gets wired, I'll talk to the Sparkies and they can just run like extra thick cabling around down here for like all the extra amperage that may be needed to run it at such a high capacity, if we even need that. I mean, the Supra's got 334 real horsepower and the pump isn't like maxed out yet. My issue over there is injectors. So I would say here, seeing as though the 1J has the 440s, the 340 is like more than enough. I was just like, stuff it, let's support Raceworks and get their stuff involved. So let's jump back there. I've already disconnected the electronics, so it's like one plug, and I've got to disconnect the fuel line and then the like top ring and bring it out. I've got to quickly go get a bucket because I don't want to pour petrol in the car, that'd stink. But yeah, let's jump back there and start ripping things out. You might be thinking, dude, why don't you just pull the seats out? Stop being an idiot. Well, they don't come out because of these seats. These seats, like, oh, you're like, oh, roll them forward a bit. Yeah, they don't. Like, they'll probably come forward maybe 2 inches. So I can't get it out. So it's just staying back there. All good. Let's jump in, get that fuel pump out. Alrighty, so yeah, like I said, the plug's already off right here. Hopefully you can see that. And now I've got to get the hose and this ring off, and then I can pull the whole thing out. Now the hose, as far as I'm aware, this is a single-use clamp, so you've kind of got to destroy the clamp to get it out. I'll just be putting a hose clamp on after this, so that's all good. I need to get my glasses because your boy's blind. Give me a sec. All right, now I can actually see what's going on. Recommendation, if you can, get your seats out for this one. Like that was just reef up, that's easy. But leaning over my back seat makes it very, very uncomfortable to do this off. So that's cooked, but that's all good. So I'll replace that. And now it's just get the ring off and pop that hose out. I'm gonna pop the hose off first and then get the ring out. I know popping the hose off, I'm gonna fill that with fluid, but whatever, let's just get it done. Right, I got it moving. So yeah, I've just been hitting it with this, probably took about 30 hits. I just didn't want to bore you guys. That came off pretty easy, that hose. Just wriggle it with your pliers, you're sweet. Now, let's just get the rest of this off. Nice. Now when you're pulling this out, you want to be careful you don't break anything like the level sender and all that kind of jazz. So I'm going to do my best. Worst case I break it, I've got to buy another one, but I really don't want to do that. I want to save this one. So let's see if I can get it out. That's convenient. It's got a little hook, man. That's sick. Pop your finger on there and you can break the seal. That's so good. Dope. Let's go put this new fuel pump in. All right, so nothing super crazy on this. As you can see, old fuel pump, positive, negative, like fuel hose, pretty basic, right? It's not brain surgery. It's let's just hold off on that actually. I don't want to put this, I don't want to stuff this up and then go, hey, it's really hard. All right, so what we need to do is pull this one out, disconnect the two joints, and then, the two electrical connectors, joints. Okay, Adam. We're gonna pop this one in. It is significantly smaller, so we're gonna have to have a play with that. But it is just a positive negative. So we can just connect those onto these. I'll terminate some little terminals onto here, chuck them in, put that onto this. I think there actually is a new hose in here possibly. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? So with the Raceworks fuel pump, you get the pump. So this is actually the EFP500. It's E45 safe if I ever want to go down that route, which is pretty cool. I probably won't, but pretty cool. Here we go. So filter, condom, hose, some form of an O-ring, hose clamp, love and life. Filter goes on there. This is just, I guess, to beef it up a bit to fit it in there. I will probably, once it's in there, just like cable tie it in place. Yeah. All right, let's get this done.
3 hours later.
All right, we're all done after a little bit of an excursion to go and get the proper plugs. I got the fuel rated electrical plug, plug these in with proper crimps and the proper crimp tool, all that kind of fun stuff. So that's all in. That hose I would assume is E85 rated because it came with the pump. So I wanted to change that across. I'm assuming this stock one isn't rated for that. So now we're all good. This is in the stock housing. That, and that kind of like finger scenario. You have to open them up to slide the old one out. I've got a new filter on the back and we're all good. Now all I've got to do is slide that bad boy back in and plug it all back in. Let's go do that. All right, let's get this sneaky little dog back in. I've got these two new hose clamps, seeing which one's gonna fit, and it's gonna be that one. I was hoping it was gonna be that one actually. So just got this bad boy for the actual main fuel line in, but first let's slide this back in. So we've got to get the sender in first. Sorry if my arm's in the way. We've got to get the sender in first, then the filter. The filter will probably actually be way easier because it's not as long as the previous one. So one final check, pumps on, happy, filters on and clipped on, plugs are in, hose clamps are all done up nicely. Got a hose clamp on the new, on the main fuel line. I've taken the O-ring off the base of this and slid it into the housing because you can't get it in any other way. So now let's feed this in, then the whole thing in and get it back in and I can go and have some dinner. All right, and we're all done. I'm stoked. That wasn't too bad. Had I started it earlier in the day, it would have been far less painful and I wouldn't have had to drive all up to my mate's place in pitch black and then come back and do it in the dark. I know it seems pretty light for you guys, but that's because I've gone and invested in a bunch of like little hanging LEDs for everywhere because swear to God, I am always running out of lights. So all done. What is it? Raceworks 340 litre an hour fuel pump in and ready to go. It's going to be more than we ever need. Like I've told you guys in the past, I'm aiming for like a max ever 450 rear wheel horsepower. I'm aiming really, to be honest, just for the lols, 420 rear wheel horsepower. I'm stoked, but I really want it super responsive. So whatever the case may be, that bad boy is going to be able to run it. Thank you guys for coming along. I hope this has helped some of you. If it has, jump in the comments and let me know what you're running in your E46 JZ or in your M3 or in your normal E46. What fuel pumps have you jumped up to? If you like this, please like the video, guys. It helps out heaps. It is honestly one of the most helpful things you guys can do apart from actually watch the video is to like it. It spreads it through the YouTube sphere and helps out the channel heaps. And if you would like to subscribe and follow along for the rest of this build and all the ones to come, that would be awesome as well. Thanks for coming along, guys, and I'll see you all in the next one. See you guys.